Mayor. It's funny.
Okay, so Ken,
Okay, if we'll be taking our seats here and getting ready for the board meeting of Tuesday, November the 11th. So I'd ask everybody to stand for the invocation by Alderman Barnhill, and I'll lead the Pledge of Allegiance afterwards.
Would you bow with me? Heavenly Father, we come to you in prayer. Thank you for this day and for this opportunity to recognize our veterans. We know that it is one of the holidays that we have and one of the opportunities that we have to recognize those men and women who serve our country, who protect our freedoms, both abroad and here in the States. We ask that you be with the families of these people who serve overseas. We know that there is difficulty in separating families, and the separation is a hardship on both individuals. We also ask your blessings upon each of us tonight as members of the board. Give us spiritual wisdom and guidance as we make decisions that affect the direction in which the city will go. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated, and the next opportunity is for citizen comments for items that are not on the agenda. I don't see anyone wanting to speak. I do not see anybody from the county that wants to give us any communications tonight. We have no minutes to approve, so I'm going to move to the podium.
we do.
Oh. Well, my little thing doesn't say any minutes, so. We're still wrestling with paperless, some more than others. So these would be the minutes from
28.
October 28th, work session, and Board of Mayor and Alderman. I'd entertain a motion.
So move.
Second.
Appropriate motion second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. Now I'll go to the podium. So. And I'm going to ask Sergeant Tom West and Captain John Yanikoff and Mayor Tom Miller, if they'd come up to the podium, and we're going to start out with this, and so I'll do a little explanation, and will you want to say something too, Tom? Okay, good. Well, in 2004, Heather and Robbie Beal had the idea that they wanted the city to join in a program called Americans Supporting Americans. And even though the details weren't completely clear at that time, former Mayor Tom Miller immediately accepted this opportunity, and we were connected to the 1st Battalion, 327th Infantry, 1st Brigade, D Company of the 101st Airborne Division, Air Assault at Fort Campbell. This adoption has meant more to many volunteers than just the soldiers and their families. So many residents in our community have stepped forward and been a part of this program, giving selflessly, yeah, thank you, of their time and resources. Many businesses, restaurants, schools, and it's been a true community project. And you can look around on the walls and you'll see some things that reflect some of the activities that we've been involved with. They've allowed us to be involved in many aspects of their lives. We've sponsored Thanksgiving dinners, schools of adopted families for Christmas. We've seen them off the night before deployment and also welcomed them home as soon as they return, and many other things throughout the last decade. The relationship with Fort Campbell has evolved over the years, and we've gotten involved with the entire battalion, but Delta Company remains our adopted group. So that leads me to the proclamation. Whereas the city of Franklin officially adopted the Delta Company in November of 2004, And whereas the men of Delta Company and their families have formed a special bond with the residents of Franklin, and whereas the men and their families have developed relationships with several schools in our community and have fostered these relationships by spending time at the schools and by receiving care packages from the students, whereas every year volunteers from our community host a Christmas party for the families, and whereas the soldiers have become an integral part of our community by participating in events such as Memorial Day Ceremony, United Way 5K, Franklin Tomorrow Chili Cook-Off, providing an honor guard for the Memorial Day ceremony every year, and even traveling to Franklin to help with the cleanup efforts during the May 2010 flood. And whereas the soldiers of Delta Company have served several tours in Iraq and Afghanistan, and whereas since 2004, 11 members of Delta Company have given the ultimate sacrifice by losing their lives in defense of freedom and have been memorialized at the Veterans Memorial Park for Williamson County citizens. Now, therefore, I, Dr. Ken Moore, Mayor of the City of Franklin, do recognize and thank the countless volunteers who have helped to nurture this adoption and urge all citizens of our community to continue to support the soldiers of Delta Company and their families. That's worthy of applause and also a stand-up to recognize our soldiers.
Hey, on behalf of all the soldiers, family of the Delta Company, I appreciate the opportunity. It's been a pleasure being the Delta Company commander and the partnership and the relationship that we have with you guys. As I preach to my chain of command, it's not really an adoption. I see it's a partnership. So it's been a decade of partnership that we've established, and we look forward to continuing that through events like you guys offer as the Chili Cook-Off, the Williamson County Habitat for Humanity events that we do down here. So thank you. I appreciate it, and looking forward to another decade of partnership with you all. Have a great night.
Although we've had a lot of fun with the members of the Delta Company, there's one real poignant occurrence in this relationship. And as was mentioned, Delta Company provides the honor guard at the Memorial Day service, and they did that, I believe it was in 2009, as they had a number of times. When the unit deployed in 2010, 4 of the members of that previous honor guard gave their life in Afghanistan. It's a poignant reminder to us that what these guys do, and as I said, we do have fun with them. We enjoy their families. We enjoy them. But they have a very serious mission, and we're very proud and pleased to be partnered with them. Now for a commercial. Cool Springs Toyota wants to, they did this last year, and they're repeating it this year, and this year they're asking for some assistance in providing toys for the entire battalion, not just the company, but for the battalion. This will be for slightly under 300 children. So the word is going out that anybody that has toys or clothing for newborn to probably age 13, if you would, I'm making an assumption that it would be okay to bring it to City Hall. We'll see to it that it gets packaged, tagged, and distributed to the children of the 1st Battalion of the 327. Thank you very much.
Do we get a photo op?
She wants to photo.
Mayor, get up.
Thank you.
Just as that photo op finishes up, as the mayor mentioned, this is a labor of love for a lot of people. And Mayor Miller and Lydia put a lot into it, a lot of other people in the community. Monique McCullough right here in the front row. A lot of time, a lot of extra effort, and a lot of different events to just be there and make it happen. So thank you to them and everybody else who participates.
I'd like to ask Drew Foster and Wassim Maraki to come up, and I've got a proclamation now. Whereas the United States Department of State, why don't y'all come over here? I kind of feel suspicious when I felt better with the soldiers behind me. Whereas the United States Department of State and the Kennedy Lugar Foundation created the Youth Exchange and Study Program, inviting student future leaders from Muslim-majority nations to compete for scholarships to be an international exchange student ambassador to the U.S. for a year of high school. And whereas nearly 26,000 Arab and Muslim young people completed and 900 were chosen for the 2014-15 academic year, and whereas these student ambassadors represent their home countries educating Americans and building positive friendship and relationships between our countries, and whereas student ambassador Wassim Maraki from Tunisia was welcomed by host Andrew and Benjamin Foster and Battleground Academy for the 2014-15 academic year. Now therefore I, Dr. Kenmore, Mayor Franklin, deem it to be an honor to hereby welcome Wassim to our city and send our sincere greetings back to Tunisia. So, Wassim, I want you to say a few words in just a moment, but I'm going to ask Drew to introduce you. He seems to know a lot more about you.
Thank you, Ken.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Folks, we are just really excited to be here today. If you can back up and see the Twin Towers on that fateful day and look at the ruins. After that event, the State Department and the Kennedy Lugar Foundation partnered, saying, what can we do in these Muslim-majority countries around the world where there is an extremist minority that wants to destroy who we are and what we're about? What can we do to counterbalance, the influence of those people? And they come up with the idea of the Youth Exchange and Study, where they would invite future leaders, students who they feel like will be future leaders in those countries, to come to the U.S. and to actually experience being here for a year. Okay? And then those future leaders, while they're here, they are asked to be ambassadors, to meet with every group they can and to share about their country, their religion, and to build understanding and friendship between us. When they go home, the rest of their lives, they are volunteer ambassadors for the United States in those countries. We are very honored that the American Field Service placed with me Wassim Maraki, and that BGA granted him a full scholarship for this year so that he can participate in our community. Wassim Maraki.
Mayor Kenmore, City Administrator Eric Saki, Alderman, citizens of City of Franklin. I'm Wassim Maraki, a U.S. State Department designated student ambassador from Tunisia, North Africa. As part of the Youth Exchange and Study Program founded after the 9/11 terrorist attacks, my role is to present and represent Tunisia as a Muslim country, share about my culture, traditions, and the true Islam that we believe in, share about and try to break down stereotypes and fears caused by these terrorists. I'm also learning about the American culture and people to be an ambassador for the United States when I come back. Tunisia have sparked the Arab Spring 3 years ago by fighting and overthrowing an oppressive government and has been reborn from ashes from then. Compared to the gloomy experiences of the other Arab countries, the Tunisian revolution was pretty successful, leading to a new constitution setting a goal of gender parity in the parliamentary representation, a new parliamentary election characterized by a big majority for secular parties over Islamic parties, and an awaited presidential election in 2 weeks. Thus, I send you greetings of friendships and peace from Tunisia, reminder of 3 centuries of positive relations. Thank you very much.
Wassim, how do you like it here?
I think it's great.
Scoot over and get a picture so the podium's not in the way. Nice job. Are there any other miscellaneous reports? Seeing none, we'll move on to the consent agenda. And tonight, the items listed on the consent agenda are items 11 through 17. Alderman Peterson, Vice Mayor Peterson.
I move that we pass the items 12 through 17 by consent, removing item 11 from the consent agenda.
Appropriate motion by Vice Mayor Peterson and seconded by Alderman Bransford. I'm supposed to speak real slow tonight, so. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Passes unanimously. Then we'll go on to item number 1, which is old business, public. This is a public hearing, consideration of ordinance 2014-32 to be entitled an ordinance amending the City of Franklin Municipal Code Appendix A, Comprehensive Fees and Penalties, Chapter 18, Water and Sewer, for the purpose of updating water and sanitary sewer user rates. Does anyone want to address this body? Seeing none, I declare the public hearing closed. I'd entertain a motion.
So move.
Alderman Barnhill, seconded by Alderman Blanton. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Passes unanimously. Item number 2, election of vice mayor pursuant to the city charter, Article 4, Section 5. Alderman Peterson.
I'd like to nominate Alderman Clyde Barnhill.
Appropriate motion. Any other nominations?
I move that he be elected by acclamation.
Appropriate motions. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Alderman McClendon. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Congratulations, Vice Mayor. And I might take just a moment to thank Vice Mayor Peterson for her work the past year. She's had to fill in some, and she's been a great fill-in for me.
Once.
And appreciate that very much. And thanks for being Vice Mayor. And I don't know when y'all
Do we
switch
just switch
chairs.
off? I went right here.
You want to do it now or next?
Absolutely. So the next item on the agenda, as we're moving around, is appointments to Board of Mayor and Alderman committees. And I intend to continue the committee structure as it has been this past year, with Budget and Finance being consisting of Alderman, now Vice Mayor Barnhill, Pearl Bransford, Margaret Martin, and Dana McClendon, and Capital Investment will continue to be Mike Skinner, Brandy Blanton, Bev Berger, and Ann Peterson. So I don't know if that needs a motion or not. Does not? Good. So we'll move on to item 4, which is appointment of Alderman Michael Skinner to the Williamson County Solid Waste Board. And I'll ask him to continue to serve on that board. I don't think we need a motion there, do we? And so next would be,
I think you do.
I do. Okay.
Second.
Okay. Alderman Bransford made the motion. Vice Mayor Barnhill seconded the motion. So any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. We'll move on to number 5, consideration of mayor's appointment to the Public Building Authority, and I'm appointing Mr. Tony Graves and Mr. Harrison Crabtree and reappointing David Ogilvy.
Move for approval.
Second.
So that was Alderman Bransford, seconded by Vice Mayor Barnhill. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. Next is item 6, consideration of resolution 2014-66 A resolution approving the amendment and restatement of the City of Franklin Series 101A1 loan agreement with the Public Building Authority of the City of Franklin, Tennessee, directing the conversion of the interest rate on the related local government public improvement bond Series 101A1 to an index or bank rate, authorizing the execution and delivery of agreements in connection therewith, and authorizing the novation of an interest rate swap agreement related to the Series 101A1 bonds and loan agreement, and the execution and delivery of all documents related to such novated swap agreements. City of Franklin, contract number 2014-302.
So moved.
Appropriate motion by Alderman Martin,
Second.
seconded by Vice Mayor Barnhill. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Passes unanimously. Item number 7, consideration of replacement of Deptha Bank as credit provider for the 2007 Building Authority bond issue, and approval of contract 2014-0271, an index agreement with PNC Bank. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Alderman Martin made the motion, seconded by Alderman Bransford. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. And item number 8, consideration of event permit for Pilgrimage Festival at the Park at Harlansdale Farm on September 26 and 27, 2015, it should read.
Yes.
So,
Move for approval.
appropriate motion by Alderman Skinner, seconded by Alderman Blanton.
With the change to 2015.
15, yes.
That was your motion, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes, okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. Congratulations. Number 9, consideration of Amendment 3 to City of Franklin Contract 2009-0051 for the Mac Hatcher Parkway Northwest Extension Project from south of State Route 96 west of Franklin to east of State Route 106, US 431 north of Franklin. Is there a motion?
Move for approval.
Second.
Former Vice Mayor Peterson and seconded by Alderman Blanton. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously.
Did we mention those designs are complete? Making sure you know that.
Do you want me to interject in the public record
Just
that the
making sure,
design is
yeah.
complete?
Let the record show.
I would ask for a deferral to the next Board of Mayor and Alderman for item number 10, which is consideration of an ordinance 2014-28, amending Table 3-2, permitted uses in Chapter 8 definitions to allow short-term vacation rentals in various zoning districts. I'm asking for a deferral.
So move.
Second.
And that would be,
To the 25th,
What?
to the 25th of November.
25th of November.
Uh-oh.
So let's see, who did the motion? So
I did the motion second.
Vice Mayor and former Vice Mayor. Very good. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. Item number 11, consideration of ordinance 2014-21 to be entitled an ordinance to rezone 6.19 acres from general commercial to specific developmental residential districts, SDR 58.8, for the property located at 427 Nickel Mill Lane. Is there a motion?
Move for approval.
Alderman Bransford,
Second.
seconded by Alderman Blanton. Open for discussion.
Well, I've already stated my concern about the density there. I will not be supporting it.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Passes 6-1. I need a motion to go into executive session.
So moved.
Second.
Alderman Blanton, second by Alderman Barnhill. All in favor say aye. We'll move
I didn't
to
open my mouth, but open.
executive session.
It's tiring.
Really? Well, I guess it's because it's so hot in my.
No. It's cooler.
Cooler.
I was thinking Margaret's question of are you cool? I'm like, no, not cool.
If I go out in a suit, people recognize me.
For any items to be brought before the board from executive session, seeing none, is there a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second.
Second by Alderman Blanton. Vice Mayor, you're pretty good with it. All in
Thank
favor,
you.
say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. Good night. Thanks for meeting.